Right.
So
No, I don't believe anybody has two devices going, Barbara. I understand what you're saying. Hi, everybody. This is Heart to Hearties. I'm Mark Stark from San Diego.
I'm Chelsea from Puerto Rico / Oklahoma.
I'm Kim McDonald from Ontario, Canada.
And we're joined by a host of amazing Hearties today. And we are trying to gear up for the Hearties family reunion, which is coming up ridiculously fast. And with our Heart to Hearties channel on YouTube, we're wanting to go live on YouTube from HFR. And some of you saw that we're not going to be doing live streams of the panels this year, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be giving you as much information as we possibly can at every possible moment of HFR. And so this is our experiment today, a little bit of an experiment gone wrong, of live streaming on YouTube to see if we can gear up and start sharing even more information. But it's just fun to get together with everybody. And I've been thinking about you all so much this summer. I've been watching a lot of other shows and a lot of other fandoms. And oh, you don't mind being our guinea pigs. Well, that's a good thing, Carolyn, because you guys have been our guinea pigs from day one. I mean, literally, it was Dawn's brainchild. Dawn Bateman had brought to Brian Bird the idea of doing some kind of podcast or show among the admins. And then John Tinker, who was the showrunner at the time, kind of seized upon it. And we really didn't know what we were doing. He sent out an email to the cast and the crew and said, if anybody would like to talk to them, they would be welcome. And like we got inundated the next day by cast and crew responding, saying, we'd love to talk to them, whatever. We're like, now we actually have to do it. We have to figure it out. So fortunately with COVID, just like these New England Hearties that we have with us, you guys are so accustomed to meeting on Zoom. We started just doing Zooms as chats and it grew. So we're still figuring it out, but thanks for figuring it out with us. So to start us off today, I thought I would share something kind of special. It is a poem by, I think her name is Josie. Let me find it. Can you guys see that? Hopefully so. Okay.
Being a fan of something is such a blessing because being a fan of anything gives your life a lot more purpose than you'll ever know. In a world of so much disagreeing, being a fan lets you be a part of something like-minded. You get to feel together. What a rare thing to feel these days. To be a fan of something is so special because even if it's silly, it's not, because it means something to you. You love something so much that you learn things about it because you want to, not because you have to. To feel that way about anything is to strike gold. If you can be anything in this life, be a fan of something unapologetically. Write the lyrics on your arms, decorate the walls of your home, wear their name on your jersey, stand in crowds, and scream at the top of your lungs like a little kid. And let it keep you that way forever. Let it keep you young. You don't have to understand why. There doesn't need to be any rhyme or reason outside of joy. Just be a fan and let others be fans, and find something that you lose yourself in. Because there's no point to life other than to immerse yourself in all the parts of it that make it worth living. So if you can be anything, be a fan of something. Being a fan of something is such a blessing.
I just love that so much.
That is a great video. Wow.
It makes me cry like every single time I watch it.
I relate to it so much. Like, I'm like, this is my life. This is
And this is the Hearties, like so
it
much.
really is the Hearties. And I have a theory. Well, I have a theory. You guys can chime in and let me know what your thoughts are. But it feels like Hearties are often fans of other things too. Like there's something in us that's just, yeah, I agree, Carolyn, that the Hearties are the best fans, of course. But I think in this day and age, fandoms are just, they're fascinating to me, and they're such a source of joy. And I love what she says about that in a time of disagreeing, it's just nice to feel like you're part of something
Mhm.
with other like-minded people. I mean, like, what a weird thing that here we're, across the world, we all found each other because of a show, and we've
Mhm.
become friends and get together and wear our Hearties gear and the whole
Yeah.
thing. It's very special. But I know, like, Chelsea, aren't you're a big fan of Friends, the TV show? Aren't you kind of a K-pop? Are you a K-pop person too? Yeah,
Yeah.
like and I have various fandoms. I was from a very early age a huge Osmond fan and like helped start I was like
Yay. I was
secretary
like,
Oh,
oh,
of a national Osmond fan club when I was like
what?
in, middle school or something. So like I just think I watch like, yeah, Donna, are you fans of things? Are you a Red Sox fan? Like what are you guys fans of?
she is. Please let us know. I would love to know what you guys are fans of.
Okay, I see some
Go
Red
Red
Sox.
Sox.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Chocolate.
Yes.
I'm with you.
I would say Kim is absolutely reading. Okay,
Reading.
she's a
Yes.
reading. She's a library fan. I love it.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, the beach. Oh, yeah.
Traveling. Yes. I am a huge fan of travel. Same, Carolyn.
Oh, Amish culture, card making. Love it. Okay.
Yankees. Huskies. Ooh. Everything horse
Travel.
related. Yes.
Mhm.
Card making, travel, music,
Yeah,
performances.
Kim, I'm putting you on the spot. Do you still have those stats you read us about Taylor Swift fans and how they broke the internet
I
with
can find
her
them.
podcast? Yeah. Just,
That's going to take
I
me a
mean,
minute, but yeah.
yeah, no problem. While you get to it,
Yeah.
I think I'm not a Swiftie per se, but I'm from Kansas City, so I was a Chiefs fan, growing up. And it's very powerful to see what happened with the Eras tour um and I think like it spills over into so many things, the Hearties doing friendship bracelets. Barbara, you're making all these friendship bracelets, and that's just so cool. And I just think anything that amplifies fans is really special. um and I think we
Yeah.
forget about the early years of this show, that it was really the fans uh that carried the ratings and that delivered the ratings. And as we see the power of the Swifties, that's the power of the Hearties, and that's what we've done.
Mhm.
um it's really cool.
Yeah.
um
Powerful.
has anybody been observing things about fandoms this summer that you think kind of bring the Hearties to mind?
I see some comments about Heartland. Yes, I am.
Ah,
I have to comment about this because I am also a Heartland fan and I've watched all seasons and I love it. So yay. Saskia, I'm glad that you started watching because it's such a fun show.
I did find the stats, and this is the stats on the uh album, the new album, not even the engagement announcement. This happened before the engagement
right.
announcement. So this was the Instagram post, and then her appearance, Taylor Swift's appearance on the New Heights podcast with Jason and Travis Kelce. So
Mhm.
on
Which like has two, I mean, I think they have two producers. Like it is small time.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a big staff.
Yeah. Well, and they actually had the producers talking this week about being told, like, one of them was told about 3 days ahead what was going to go down on the episode, and the other one was told like the day before. Basically, it was told, get on a plane, come to Kansas City. We got stuff to do.
Yeah. And that's like us here. You're like, okay, we got our two people trying to figure out the back end logistics, and you could run
Yeah.
into any kind of, well, they taped it ahead of time, obviously, but
Yeah.
but they did have that glitch that night.
Well, yeah.
Too. But okay, so how many people watched their little podcast?
They
Not that it was little, but you know what I'm saying.
within 72 hours of it airing, 15 million people had watched it on YouTube. And there were actually 1.3 million views while they were live, which they think was broke the record for the most concurrent views of a podcast of all time. And their podcast gained 400,000 new subscribers as a result of it.
Mhm.
And then Taylor's Instagram, apparently there were 379 million views on Instagram in 72 hours. And she broke the record for the most views of an Instagram reel of all time, like a world record.
Mhm.
Love.
61 million views on X and 34.5 million views on TikTok. Like crazy. But that's a
Yeah.
great fandom, right?
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, clearly there's something in all of us that responds to being a fan. You know, it's just, I love, and I love how much like the writers of our show, you know, similar to, you know, Taylor Swift, how they plant Easter eggs in the show for
Yeah.
fans, you
To be on
know.
the lookout for.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I got the sweetest little note from Joy Gregory, the showrunner, saying that they're not only, you know, enjoying writing season 13, but they're also enjoying thinking about talking to us about season 13, you know, and that's just, to me, it's such a pleasure. It's such a generous gift that our writers and our cast and our crew, you know, that they think about us so much, you know, and think about the fans and think about shaping that experience. And of course, that's what all the Hearties admins and the planning team for HFR, we're just so focused on what is the fan experience and how can we enhance and amplify that fan experience while balancing the sponsors and their needs, but making sure that the fans always are foremost in our minds, because we've been doing this for a while and we want to make sure that everybody who comes to HFR, that it's a new and exciting experience, you know, and then it's rich for the fans. So
Yeah, and something that comes to mind with um just speaking about Taylor Swift and all these fandoms, it's like one of the words that comes to mind is connection. Like just thinking of like Taylor Swift and how she, through her lyrics, people were connecting with her lyrics, and then
yeah,
her journey in her life, and then so up to this point you're like, wow, uh people that are Swifties are like, we feel connected to this person, to her lyrics, to her life, like it's relatable, like I've, and so I think that that contributes to that. And also it made me think of, do you guys remember the video that Amanda Wong posted on her Instagram about her and Natasha going to see the Backstreet Boys? And that
oh
was like,
darling.
they're fans of the group, and so they were like, we're gonna get together, there's some connection there. And they just went to see their favorite boy band, which they probably are one of their favorites for them to go. And I'm like, wow, like that, see, they're fangirls too. And so it was just really cool to see. And me being a, you know, I like boy bands and concerts and all the things. I was like, yes, this is so relatable. This would be me.
Yeah, I love what Susan's saying, that our show is so inclusive of the fan experience, that they really do care about us, um and that, you know, that we all feel really connected to the show. And you know, whatever you may say about, you know, I can understand when all these, you know, businesses and stuff sort of leech upon the Taylor Swift engagement announcement and whatever, that it just feels so overdone. But at the heart of it, you know, I think it goes back to the lyrics of her being vulnerable and sharing so much of her life over the years. And so you're kind of cheering for this person to finally find love and to, you know, and
Mhm.
who doesn't want to be a part of that joy? And I think it's the same with our show. Like our little show has gone through a lot, you know, and we carry that on our shoulders, you know, like the fact that it survived Jack's passing, you know, that we got past season 5, that we got through, you know, Lori not being with us, that we, you know, it's like all this stuff that the fandom has survived amid, you know, what I like to call the troubles after the triangle, you know, like it's really something. And you know, we've gone through how many Hallmark CEOs at this point, and the show just keeps
Yeah, just a lot of
trucking
changes.
along. Yeah.
And unexpected things, and that's like life as well. Like unexpected things happen that can affect us, and but we still continue on, and that's you know what calls a heart as well.
Well, it's nice when life changes like that, that we do have something that grounds us, like this fandom.
Yeah, absolutely. Susan's saying after Sundays, Mondays are my favorite. Oh, I love that favorite day of the week because I get to chat with my work buddy all about what happened the night before. Isn't that true? So that's the thing, is like it's so darn fun to speculate, you know. I don't think there's any end to the amount of time we could spend thinking about it and enjoying speculating. And even with all the behind, we don't get a ton of behind the scenes stuff. Before I want to get into the behind the scenes stuff, but before we do, I wanted to say I have been watching some TV this summer, and it just feels like every single show out there has a triangle. You know, the summer I turned pretty, well, that, you know, it's a triangle of it's a girl who has had relationships with brothers. So I mean, it's obviously out of the realm of anything Hallmark would do, but it's been very interesting to me to watch the fandom. I mostly am on TikTok, where things stay very generally very kind, but I know because the show producers have this week like released statements saying, you know, we will block people if you're bullying, and it's gotten very nasty. And I've seen on other, but it's like every single show seems to have a triangle. And I think back to those conversations that we had with Brian and Lindsay about, you know, the triangle as a literary device, and they were saying like it's, you know, it's such a common, it's, you know, it's, and I think that it is, you know, in our social media time, it has become such, you know, it was all, I mean, like I saw the Comedy of Errors Shakespeare last weekend, and it's all triangles. I mean, like you know, from the beginning of time, writers have used triangles, but I think when you combine that with social media, it gets very, very dangerous. And what it does to fandoms potentially, it both motivates fandoms and their engagement, and so of course it gets used because of the engagement, but it also can get in this social media age can get very nasty.
Right.
So I wonder if you guys have seen that too this summer with a lot of shows.
I saw someone mention Sullivan's Crossing, and
Same thing.
that's
Oh yes,
well, no
exactly.
spoilers. Well, spoilers for people that haven't watched it or in the process of watching it, but be aware that's coming up. So, yeah.
Yeah, Hearties tend to be very passionate. And I think that's the thing about fan groups, is that they are so passionate, and they are still, and they are so vocal. And it's figuring out how, like at one point, I think I said to Brian Bird, I was like, I wish we never had hashtags, like in a moment of frustration, because I was just like, I don't want to be teams anymore. And he was like, if we didn't have a hashtag, we wouldn't have the Hearties. And I was like, oh yeah. So
That's right.
it's sort of the pros and cons of the world of social media. But in any case, I also watched The Gilded Age, which I highly recommend. And it was very mild in terms of triangles, but if you're looking for a period piece, I did a rewatch this summer of Downton Abbey, and then and then this,
I've been planning to do that.
it
I
was
have to
so
do it,
good.
yeah.
It was so good. I hadn't watched it in so long, and
Yeah.
highly recommend, because there's a lot of things I'd really forgotten how awful Lady Mary and Lady Edith were to each other. Boy, they
Oh, yes.
so mean. Oh my gosh, I'd really forgotten. But
Character growth.
it did bring me back to season 2, like, of When Calls the Heart, that in the height of Downton Abbey's popularity was when Hallmark was like, let's go to the Thornton mansion and see them coming down the stairs and their whatever. It's so funny to like look
Yeah.
back at that and see how it influenced it. And then the show didn't really kind of settle in until season 3. But I highly recommend Gilded Age. Probably one of the best proposal scenes I have ever seen.
Really?
In the finale, yes. Yeah.
I'm so intrigued because I think I started watching it, but I didn't, it was a trial, I think, with HBO Max, I
Yeah.
think. So I couldn't continue it, but I have to,
Yeah, I would
like,
recommend you go back. I think it just got its legs this summer. I feel like the momentum behind it really took off. It was kind of like When Calls the Heart too. It's like it took till season 3 for it really to get its
Mhm.
engine behind it.
Yeah.
And one
And
of
the
the
cast is fantastic. Wow.
ridiculous. And the other thing that's sort of interesting about it is that they explore the elite Black community that was in Newport, and in, that's historically accurate. And I think that's is very interesting to me, because I don't know a lot about that in history. And so it's kind of there. I'll just tell you, there's 2 parallel balls going on in the finale. And very fascinating to watch in these Newport mansions. And they're actually filmed like at the Breakers in Newport. You New Englanders know all this Newport history, but yeah, phenomenal. So I don't want to hark on that too much, but I just have been watching a lot of what I think is termed uncomfortable television this summer, and it makes me appreciate When Calls the Heart so much more, because I think they don't ever leave us uncomfortable. Now, some people would say that there's been
Otherwise.
say otherwise, but I think in general, they don't leave us uncomfortable for long. That's their
Right.
goal, is that it's kind of escapism television. And so, like, when you watch things like, I watched The Pit this summer, which was 24 hours of emergency room trauma center, and each show is like based on like an hour in a 24-hour span in an emergency room. And or The Bear, if any of you watch The Bear, I mean, it's the most stressful television you can watch. So I'm always grateful. What does comfortable versus uncomfortable television, what does that provoke for you guys? Do you indulge in anything that's uncomfortable?
I can't. I can only watch Hallmark.
Your nervous system is not cut out for it.
Exactly. Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. It has to have a happy ending, and like people can't die in the middle of it. Yeah.
Oh,
It's bad.
watched the Emily of New Moon miniseries. There was a triangle. Yes, isn't it true? Where can people find Miss Scarlet? Oh, that's a great show, Miss Scarlet, on
Yeah,
PBS.
PBS. Yeah.
Cindy messages it's CBS.
Yeah. I'm with Kim. Lori says you can't watch anything uncomfortable. Yeah, I can't watch too much. I can't watch violence. I can't.
Yeah, for
Barbara
me, it
too.
depends. Yeah, if
Yeah.
it's too much violence, or if it's a medical drama, I can't do it.
You
I
can't do
cannot.
medical drama, really. Okay.
No, yeah.
Oh,
So
I
for
can't
the
either.
most part, it's more like, a more romantic comedy, or romance, or historical, that kind of thing. But if it's like medical, it's like, oh my goodness, that's too much anxiety for
Okay,
me.
too close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay. No Grey's Anatomy for you,
Yep,
Chelsea.
no, not at all.
No, I have to
Although
look
there was a
away
substantial
or
amount of
mute it.
romance in that,
True.
and no
I like
NCIS.
Cindy's comment, murder mysteries, but no blood and gore. I can
So
handle
that's like
that.
most of the British murder mysteries are kind of
Yeah.
light. Um,
Yeah, like Murder, She Wrote was great.
I really enjoyed Holidays. I didn't watch it when it first aired. I watched it when they did Christmas in July on Hallmark. I really enjoyed that very much. And
Mhm.
what's the other one? The Mistletoe Murders or whatever.
Oh,
Mm,
yeah.
That one's
that
called?
was nice.
Mhm.
I'm
Yep,
really enjoying
it
that.
was with Sarah Drew, and they're
Yeah.
gonna have a season 2 this year
Yeah.
and
and
countdown to
Sarah
Christmas.
Drew, I think those stars are the same weekend as ours at the Hallmark Christmas Experience.
Mm.
Yeah.
All Creatures Great
Oh,
and Small. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Julianne. Oh, no, All Creatures Great and Small.
Yeah.
Just
One of
the
the best shows.
They just like in the last week or two released whatever season is coming. They released the preview photos of it. It looks amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
somebody just watched the Thursday Murder
Thursday
Club
Murder.
on Netflix. Did it have any blood or was it pretty tame? It's a great cast. Helen Mirren and who else is in it? Pierce Brosnan.
Angie, I'm gonna
Pierce
unmute
Brosnan,
you
yeah.
if you wanna unmute and tell us about it.
She may have to unmute herself.
Yeah, give it a try.
Very tame. It was a great movie.
Oh.
Who else is in it?
Pierce Brosnan, Ben Kingsley, Helen Mirren.
Wow.
Who was, and I don't know the other actress, the other elderly actress that they brought into the group. I don't remember her name, but yeah, it was a very good.
Great recommendation.
Yeah.
Great recommendation.
All right, Thursday
Marilyn
Murder
says
Book
Private
Club.
Eyes. I haven't heard of that. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, I think those are great. I think Hearties do tend to like not the blood and guts ones, but just the kind of lightly. But it is funny to watch some of the Hallmark murder mysteries. You're just like it is like, I don't know. It's just like how many murders could happen in these small towns? And they just like, they're always just so cheery. It's very funny to me. But anyway. Okay. So are you happy with how much behind the scenes coverage we're getting? Do you prefer not to get more? Would you like to get more? I've been watching fandoms. Somebody was saying like with the movie coming out, the sequel to Devil Wears Prada, that it's just like, why do we want to see all of Meryl Streep's outfits and Anne Hathaway's outfits and Stanley Tucci and like all those
yeah.
iconic moments ahead of time, for me, I'm always craving more from When Calls the Heart, but I wonder what's the right balance for you guys. Donna says she's not a spoiler gal. She likes to have some surprises. It can get complicated. Okay, that's interesting. Carolyn says, I'm grateful for all we can get. Saskia says she's a blooper fan.
Okay.
I feel like we don't get to see the bloopers until after the season though, because
Right.
then you're trying to figure out the context of it.
I can never get enough of Jack Wagner and his Mountie, whatever day of the week it is.
Right?
And it's always
Friday,
like
Wednesday.
he clearly goes on and gives everyone like zero notice that he's going to do it, and they're just like
It's
trying
all
to
of a sudden camera in their face, like their phone in their face.
While they're shoveling, apparently. Like,
Yeah.
what was that all about?
Now, yeah, and this Tyler Hines visit really got us
Right?
going.
That was kind of
I wouldn't
surprising.
mind seeing Tyler Hines in Hope Valley,
No, but
I don't know if
gets
that
us
means
speculating
anything.
about that. I know.
He was
Right?
probably just visiting since he was close in the
I mean,
area.
that's what they said.
But I'm like,
it's
Come
a
up, skip and a jump, like just, be
perfect.
a waiter at the Queen of Hearts for a day.
or
we'd
he
see
can just
that happen
do
in movies.
kind of a Lee Coulter entrance, like on a motorcycle, just like, I don't
Cindy
know.
wants him to do a cameo.
Yeah, like a visitor.
Yeah.
Hope Valley is his stop before heading to somewhere else, or that kind of thing.
Yeah. I think what I don't look, I don't
Yeah, I
know what
don't either.
Hallmark PR had in mind,
Yeah.
but they were doing a little bit of touring of sets
Yeah.
up there with the PR
Mhm.
team, and it coincides with the fact that they announced that they're doing like a reality show about Tyler's fans. So that was the only thing I could figure out, is maybe they were trying to cross market with the Hearties
Oh.
fans
Mhm.
to get us excited about that, but they didn't like say that. So
No,
that could be a stretch.
Yeah.
I fear that if we had someone come on as like just as a cameo, then that takes them out of the running for a more substantial role later, so like,
Oh, you want him to play a substantial role, Kim.
of course. And I know that there are admits that are like Wes Brown
That's
as,
funny.
as well. So yeah, I
That's
mean,
funny. All right, mustache. No mustache. Where that's
oh,
could be causing.
yeah.
Okay, Barbara said like no mustache.
Carolyn, she
Clear.
doesn't even need to be unmuted. You can tell. No
Yeah.
mustache.
Oh,
Carolyn.
I believe the no mustache is winning. Okay.
Yeah, I'm no mustache too. I'm like, oh, because
No,
in that video that Erin posted at the beginning of the filming, which had great clues, like her outfit, so cute. Like she had a hat, which hats are not really common now.
Right.
And Allie had a shorter haircut. Little Jack, of course, like he looks so big,
I
like he's grown so
know.
much. But then you see the mustache, and I'm like, is this a thing this season,
Yeah.
or is it gonna have like a short stint and then
I
it goes
can't
away?
figure it out because like they dropping these photos and either they're way out of sync. He can't have the mustache off the mustache.
Well,
It's like what's
in the
happening
in
here?
the Mountie Wednesday or whatever day
No
it was this
mustache.
week, there was no mustache,
But
and
last week there
on
was a mustache.
there you go.
And this happened before, like
Yeah.
in a season where he started with a mustache, but then I think
No.
maybe 2 episodes later it was gone, and I was like grateful for that, but it didn't last very long. So hoping that maybe this season is the same thing. Maybe it'll last 1, 2 episodes and then.
And we know from talking to John Tinker that that was Kevin's request before, was to have a
Mhm.
mustache. And he felt it was in keeping with like, it's the opposite of wash that man out of your hair. It's like grow a mustache as a reaction to finding out that Elizabeth chose Lucas, Um, but
Yeah.
why now? What are we doing with the mustache now? What meaning
Well, I
does
hope
it
it's
hold?
I hope it's actually, part of the show. They explain why there's no mustache all of a sudden. It'll be funny.
Well, they're gonna have to,
Is he going
absolutely.
undercover again for something?
Oh, yeah, that's what
Oh.
Carolyn thinks. Okay. Carolyn, unmute yourself. Tell us what you're thinking here.
I'm hoping it's just an undercover and it's gonna be gone very soon. I would like to have a huge shaving party. Not a fan of the mustache, not on Kevin. Sorry.
This is always, I mean, you guys are probably tired of me saying this, but we had this long running thing where people would say that Lucas was untrustworthy, even though, like, I don't know what the man could possibly do to prove his trustworthiness in town. Like he's, I don't know what one has to do. You've already built a library, saved the town's water system. Like, what more? But in any
A
case,
national park.
yeah, I don't know. But it's always been my theory that the facial hair contributes to that. Do you guys think there's anything to my theory, or am I blowing smoke? Because I mean, facial hair is so popular now, but for whatever reasons, Hearties not so much.
And I'm sure it was very popular then. I mean,
Yeah,
like
like in advertising traditionally, like you avoided it, except for like the Marlboro Man, or but I think generally villains were given facial hair. So I don't know if there's like something in our psyche, but that's always been my theory. But see, I have these theories that no one agrees with, but it's all good. It's all good.
well, Cindy thinks Danny DeMarco is coming back.
That'd be
That'll
good.
be right.
Yeah.
That'd be good. That would be good.
Yeah.
All right. Any other things that you're seeing in the behind the scenes that you want to talk about? We haven't had a lot.
No.
No, we've had very little.
But you know what we skipped talking about, of course, was, you know, the Hearties' glee at seeing Aaron and Ben release their wedding photo. I mean, that
Yeah.
Beautiful pictures.
that made my whole week. It was just
Yeah.
so darling, so beautiful. Amazing pictures. Yeah, they looked gorgeous. My God, so vintage.
Colors, like his suit, just
Yeah.
all the details were so good.
Yeah, it was funny.
And they,
Go ahead, Kim.
everything since, like they just exude happiness. Everything we see from them since is, they're beyond the moon.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was really sweet this week. The photos that Ben and Amanda posted of them going out to eat or whatever they were doing, and it was neat. You know, it's just like here with my fake wife. Now he's now he's a hubby in real life to Aaron, and a hubby on the show too. It's very, very,
Yeah.
very
Mhm.
sweet.
Susan says just that they shared such a personal moment with all of us. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really special that they did that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did that.
I mean, again, that goes back to just the fans and how they treat us and understanding how much joy that imparts, you know, it
Mhm.
really is.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
we get to be a part of it. And I think some people do think that they met on the show. That is not the case. They met years before, actually on the set of The Importance of Being Earnest. So that was kind of an Easter egg in and of itself. They were in college, or I think Ben was in college. I think, I don't know if Aaron was at the time. So yeah, they revealed that on Ben revealed that on Heart to Hearties this year. So that was really cool. So
Mhm.
cheers to them, from your fans.
Yay.
We're still not over it. We're still not
Yep.
over it. It's amazing. All right, let's talk about what we have to look forward to. So holy cow, we're zooming in on what
So many
season,
things.
season 14. Okay, Saskia is already jumping ahead. She's like, I'm ready for season 14. Okay. Well, if you're like me and you just keep getting confused about what number we're on, yeah, we're headed into season 13, but we're ready for, we'd like another, just cue them up, Hallmark. Let's
Yeah,
get
keep them coming, you know?
on. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Heartland can do 19. We certainly can do. Yeah, just
absolutely.
get it ready.
Now, we can't film year round like some people would love us to be able to do. It's really not hospitable weather in British Columbia for doing that in January.
Anywhere
but
in Canada that would be hospitable to year round? No, I don't believe so. No.
no, I mean, yeah, the West Coast, like Langley, and then Vancouver Island, they have the most temperate weather of anywhere in the country. So
Got it. Got it.
Mhm.
And I do think we have no idea when it will air, but we do know that The Way Home started filming significantly later than we did. So we can hope, we can cross our fingers that we're looking at right after the holidays again. But September 11th coming down do we leave on the 10th or the 11th, admins? I don't remember. I think it's the 10th. So
we're arriving in Vancouver on the 10th, and
okay.
then the Hearties are descending, some before us and some that day, and most
Right.
on the 11th. Yeah, the Thursday.
Right. So we have, our usual surprises in store for Hearties, and we'll be trying to bring you as much social media as possible, working out whatever kinks we have to with YouTube Live and figuring it out. We were super excited to have HFR shirts for the first time in a long time. I know it seems like a small deal, but honestly, it's not a small deal because, Edify is in the US. And so to do that in the past, we, first of all, sizing for all the attendees and that kind of stuff, they used to do it. I think HFR2 was the last time we've done it. And you know, I don't know if it was just like a huge money loser or what, but it was like, oh, we're not doing that again. But, you know, given customs, given tariffs, given all those things, it was quite an undertaking. So that was a big deal. But there are other things that will be special and fun. Those Hearties family reunion shirts are still available on Edify. You can get them. We introduced this summer our Heart to Hearties swag, and it's Labor Day weekend, and there's a, like, I think it's 25% off this weekend. So that's on Spread Shop if you want to go there. We did ask Edify to carry it, but they're at their like storage maximum. They can't do more. So we much prefer to give a small business our business, but if you want to get some Hearty swag and be a part of that, anyway, we're excited about bread pudding and Nanaimo bars and all the little treats that we try to consume in Vancouver, and enjoying, of course, being on the set tour. I haven't seen what the weather holds. Anybody watch the weather yet? Can you tell us again where to get the HTH swag? Yeah, I will. Kim, do you have would you look for the link and post it in the chat? But we will definitely, when we post this. So Edify has the HFR,
Give it a shot.
and the Spread Shop is where you go for the Heart to Hearties gear. So we'll post the link to that. And they do have
Barbara,
promotion.
go ahead. Oh, Barbara had a question that, do we want to pick a day at HFR to wear our shirts?
Oh, that's interesting. I think you can wear them whenever you want to. Some people are wearing, you know, some people want to wear vintage costumes. Some people want to wear whatever. So I don't want to dictate, but I don't even think the admins have decided when we're wearing ours, but
We haven't. I asked and when I get a response, but
yeah. Okay. So, but after HFR, for those who are not attending, well, we're going to be dropping a lot of little reels and recaps. So some Hearties admins are going to be staying up late at night to edit those and get those out to you. And then very quickly, when did you say, Kim, that Countdown to Christmas starts? It's in October. It's
October. It's
It
coming up
is.
so
quick.
fast.
It is on Friday, October 17th, 7 weeks from this past Friday.
Woo.
Yeah. So far, they've announced 7 of the movies and 4 series, so which is unprecedented. So the series, yeah. So we have season 2 of Finding Mr. Christmas, and
Okay.
season 2 of the Mistletoe Murders. We have a baking show called Baked with Love Christmas with Tamara Mallory Housley.
Okay.
And then an interesting one called 12 Dates Till Christmas with Mae Whitman, Jane Seymour's in it, Mary McDonnell. And that's
Oh.
got 6 episodes to it. So that'll be fun.
Sounds interesting.
Love. And how many movies did you say?
So they haven't said how many movies they're going to have. There were 47 last year, but so far they've announced 7 of them. And I can break that down. Of course, the one we're really keen on is Christmas Above the Clouds with Aaron Krakow and Tyler Hines.
Wait, what's the name of it? Remind me.
Christmas Above the Clouds.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Right.
Got it.
And Aaron Krakow is a workaholic CEO trying to skip Christmas by flying to Australia, but she ends up with some Christmas Carol type ghosts and has to confront the choices that led to her success, yet left her flying solo. And those, there's a surprise reunion with her ex, which is Tyler Hines is her ex. And she just might rediscover the magic of Christmas.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay, I just put in the chat the Spread Shop where you can get the Heart
Perfect.
gear. This weekend, Jeanette posted, Jeanette Stevens has the Hearties Team Jack, which is a Dan Lissing fan thing on Instagram. Page on Instagram. And she was like lobbying Hallmark, as she usually does, for more Dan Lissing. And wouldn't we love to see Dan and Aaron in another movie together? And she was reminding them how wildly popular that it was. Like, wasn't it the number one? Was it number one or number two last year? I don't know. It was like crazy popular last year. And Dan Lissing commented and said, "Oh, you won't have to be waiting very long," or something that effect. Like Hallmark's got some
Okay.
and you won't have to be waiting very long.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
so I don't know if that means it's with Aaron or whether that's just Dan,
Having a movie, yeah.
but not having to wait very long seems to me to mean it's coming this year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've only announced 7 movies and they have over 40 movies.
Yeah,
so
there's
who
probably
knows?
30 something more movies that they have.
I think it's a good
Yeah.
shot. I think it's a good shot. All right, you guys excited
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, Countdown to Christmas is definitely one of my fandoms.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay, and then of course we have the Hallmark Christmas experience coming. I'm going for the first time this year. I couldn't be more excited about it.
Yay.
It's my hometown, so I'm staying with my sisters for the week, so I get to do family and a lot of my favorite.
That's so nice.
It'll be really nice. And I haven't been to Kansas City before Christmas in so many years. So, Margaret, are you going to it? Who else is going to the Christmas experience?
Yeah, raise your hand if you're going. Oh, look at
Barbara's
that.
going, Margaret's
good.
going, Carolyn's going.
Carolyn's going.
Carolyn's going.
Saskia, don't let that lip land on the ground. Someone will step on it.
Wait,
I
what
know.
happened?
She's
It's sad.
little pouting a
I
little bit.
gotcha. She said she's not going. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm pretty close. Well, it's drivable for me.
It is very drivable.
But I'm like, one of the things that I would love to do is to walk around and just see how they decorate the areas, and they have different like, what do you call that? Like sections that you can go to, and they have different things.
Yeah.
Oh, themes and
There's
whatnot.
various activities.
Yeah, exactly. So,
It's like a Christmas market type of
right, Christmas market. That
environment.
was
Yeah. And then of course
So-
the ice rink. It is, Crown Center where it is, and the hotel is literally you can walk out and you can see the Hallmark headquarters is right there. So Crown Center, it's the Hallmark Crown. I mean, it's literally growing up in Kansas City, like being a writer, like all of my creative writing teachers were employed by Hallmark. I mean, like,
Oh, wow.
it's a haven, of course, for artists and for writers and people who are in that creative world. Even more back in that day, because it employed more people when it was, when we actually used greeting cards in all the ways that we used to. But it's exciting. It's exciting to think of all these Hearties coming to. And the other thing that Jeanette was saying about last year was that, there's just Hallmark fans who are really who are not even really that familiar with the show. So it's a great way for us to evangelize with others,
for sure.
So I'm really looking forward to that, in addition to some great barbecue.
Right,
Sharing as much, and I don't want to spoil her news, but that also is the weekend of Christmas Con, and Dan Lissing's going to be in Christmas Con in New Jersey. I think there's a chance that Jeanette is going to try to do both of those events.
Wow.
He's going to need Santa's sleigh to be transporting her. All right. Anything else you guys want to share about what you're looking forward to this fall? Whether it's, how are those of you who are not going to go to HFR, what are you going to do that weekend to cheer yourselves up? More chats like this. Okay, that's great. We'd love to do more chats like this.
Yeah. Unmute yourself if you want to share.
Yeah, please.
Oh, Margaret says it's my mom's birthday.
Whose birthday?
It says it's her mom's birthday.
Oh, Margaret.
Oh, nice.
Cindy Jarvet and I are headed to Memphis, Tennessee and Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh,
So we're
fun.
going September 16th to the 24th because we couldn't go to HFR this year. So that was
You
our
got something else.
Your
that was our
consolation.
trip. So
That's awesome.
and it's been on my bucket list for a long time too. And she's nice enough to join
Oh,
me. So
That's awesome. Hope you guys have fun. Nashville is so it's great. So
I'm looking forward to. I've never been. Cindy's been once before, years and years ago. So
Wow.
a lot to do, and lots of good
Yeah.
food. So hey.
looking forward to it.
Saskia says she's going to Austria to ease her pain. I like it. That's a good plan.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Like
there was
a
a big
million.
piece. There was a big piece in the New York Times today about what anniversary is it? The 60th anniversary of Sound of
Sound of
Music?
Music? Yeah, I think so. 60th.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Have I told this story before that when I went to Salzburg a few years ago at Christmas with my family, you know, I have all guys and I have two boys and my husband. And so I was like, do we want to do the Sound of Music tour? And they're like, absolutely not. But I'm the one who plans all of our like outings. So I just would be like, okay, we're going to this ancient cemetery because it's very historic or whatever. And we'd show up and it's of course the cemetery where Rolf is, where they're like shaking the bars and the
Yeah.
whole thing. And I was like, then we're going to go to this lovely restaurant. Of course, it's the restaurant that's like right across the pond from the mansion. You know, we went to a Christmas market and I was
Yeah.
like, there's a path back here. I think we should
Very
check out.
strategic.
Oh yeah.
Very
And it
strategic.
was the I am 16 going on 17
Yeah.
gazebo. You know, it's like I managed to like get it all in, but like, you know, kind of whatever. So Saskia, you got to do the same if you're yeah. Okay, so let's see. An earlier time, please. Okay, Saskia, we have if we do one of these next time, we have to look at what the lots of Jewish holidays coming in September and October, quite solemn. There's lots of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that Sound of Music. Let's all go to Austria together. That would be good.
That would be
And we don't
fun.
have to worry about these boys not wanting to do what we want to do. Talk
The
about
Hearties take
fandom.
Austria.
You know, that is something we have not explored, Kim. That's an
Next,
opportunity. That's an opportunity. Fan trips to other places.
right?
Other than, you know, other than our beloved set. My dog is like, it's time.
What about Hearties Conquer Europe?
Right. Yeah, very good.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
And I feel like maybe some of the cast would want to go as well. And, you know, so we could have like a mini HFR in
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
welcome here in
Europe.
Saying
Amsterdam.
hi. Chewy's
Aw,
saying,
hi,
okay, it's my
Chewy.
time. It's my time.
Yeah.
Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Okay, kisses
Yeah.
for everybody. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Donna says, come to New England. I would love to. I've never been to New
Me
England.
too. I
So
would love
there.
to as well.
it would be so fun.
I'm there. Lobster,
Yeah.
lobster rolls,
Oh, yeah.
and a lot of foliage. Be good. All right. Well, we're close to our time, everybody. Anything else anybody wants to share about your love of fandom? I have an original, Julian saying, I have an original Sound of Music poster gifted to me from one of my students. It's probably
Wow.
super valuable if you have an
Right?
original poster. Oh, Angie, you're so welcome. We enjoy getting to talk to Hearties at any opportunity. So I'm sorry that
For sure.
our YouTube live didn't pan out, but we'll
Go
do
out
this
as
again.
planned.
Maybe we can figure it out why we had feedback and we'll fix it.
Mhm.
Saskia, it's our pleasure. It's a labor of love being an admin, and you guys give us a lot of love, so we're good. Thank you. Thanks everybody. All right, so we will do more of these, but coming soon from HFR, look for our lives. Hopefully, we won't have any kind of technical stuff, and we'll just bring you as much info as we can. Chelsea and I were just meeting about it right before, so we're like getting our microphones and our camera stuff all figured out, and so we'll figure out how much, you know, all the different ways that we can bring you information.
Mhm.
All right. Have a wonderful rest of your Labor Day weekend. Thank you for spending some time with us. You're very generous with your time. So, and thanks so much for your support of Heart to Hearties.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Hearties.
Bye.